Which zero energy attacker, you ask? Well, technically there are two or kind of three depending on how you look at it. Anyway, here's the deck. For those who ask where's the deck list, it's right here. We're running three basically zero energy attackers that all deal 20 damage. One, Darkrai. Okay, technically needs one energy, but let's not be picky. Two, Greninja. Thanks to Water Shuriken, can hit anything on the board. 3, Tyrogue, my new favorite baby Pokemon in this format. I've tried Pichu and Magby, they're good, but starting with them consistently is a coin flip. Tyrogue feels like it can be used at most points in the game if you really need to. So, I think that's why I like it more. Okay, the strategy, super simple. You ideally want to start with Tyrogue. Best case, you have 2 Tyrogues. One on the active, one on the bench. Obviously, with Darkrai's ping, you're putting down 40 damage per turn, 60 if they have a weakness, and that adds up fast. If your active Tyrogue goes down, just rotate into the second and go for that sweet 1-1-2 knockout path. Strangely enough, Darkrai becomes the finisher in this list. All that chip damage from Tyrogue and Greninja softens the board so much that Darkrai just comes in and cleans up. Feel free to swap trainers to your style. I usually like running double Cyrus in Greninja decks, but here, because Tyrogue is doing most of the work and sometimes I just want to hit the bench, so I went with Sabrina and it's been working for me. Try it out, you might be surprised how much chaos a baby Pokemon can cause. Anyway, let's get into some games so I can show you the deck. Okay, before I start this video, just to put some context on this deck, I wasn't actually gonna record this deck because I played it and I lost at some point. I lost like 3 to 4 games in a row, and I just was like, okay, maybe this deck is not it. So but I enjoy this deck a lot personally, so I was playing it alone on my just for fun, right? And the next thing you know, I'm suddenly at the doors of Master Ball with this deck. So when I was playing it alone, I was like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna lose one game, win one game, to lose kind of vibe. But I ended up going on win streaks. So maybe I'll have a 4-win streak and then I lose 1 or 2 games, and then I'm back on a 5-win streak. Currently, after recording this video, I'm on a 9-win streak. So I think it warrants a video, so normally I don't claim that I made a deck, but I'm going to claim this one because I think I actually followed the deck from someone else, and they were running 2 Tyrogues and 1 Absol. I think it was being run in a tournament, and I was playing it for a while, but it kind of it gets really iffy. So I decided, you know what, let's just throw Greninja in. Since we have quite a bit of deck space, let's just throw Greninja in and see what happens. And basically this is what we got. We got this deck. I would rate it a strong, not even a strong, a bottom A tier, but I think it's so fun. So either way, and a 9-win streak, I think that's not bad, so I'm not going to guarantee you anything that you're going to win crazy games or anything with this deck, but I can guarantee you that you will have a lot of fun. If not, you're just going to be really frustrated because you're going to get owned all the time. Tyrogue's only 30 health, right? So yeah, let's get into some games. Okay, so we start with Darkrai. That's not the optimal start that we would like. We generally want to start with Tyrogue. If you start with Froakie, it isn't too bad either because you can retreat. But so we do run 1 leaf in this deck, so the hope is to I think the hope here is maybe to get the leaf, but we'll see how the game goes because we're playing against Silvally, which we all know it's fast aggression as well. So here, Tyrogue isn't gonna save me anymore because I don't have leaf. Tyrogue wouldn't have saved me here either, but it would have been kind of nice to have him at the start. But even now, it doesn't save me because I have no leaf. I can't retreat into it. If I could, I think I would. It's still good to put the early damage on Silvally. So here we kind of sacrifice the Darkrai in the active. Because basically, yeah, there's not much other options we can do. In this spot, I put the Tyrogue up because whenever you have a free retreat Pokemon on your bench, go ahead, put that in the active. It does not mean you're gonna use it the next turn, but so in this case I know that I can still retreat here and I get into Darkrai, or maybe if I drew Froakie, I could get into a Froakie to sacrifice that Froakie, and then still load up my energy and then get into Darkrai, because at this point now I'm gonna take a hit from Silvally. But it looks like our opponent has bricked, so either way we win the game, which is awesome. So this game, so for this video, all the games were consecutive. I did not, I mean, because yeah, I went on a win streak, right? I did not, you know, delete or whatever, I did not have any losses in between, basically. Okay, so yeah, that's my game into Master Ball. Like I was saying, I actually wanted to play this deck in, well, any other deck that I wanted to make a video of into Master Ball, but you know, I just kept playing. I was like one game away from Master Ball, so I was like, okay, I think I have to get this video down now. Okay, so this is the optimal, more or less the optimal start that you want with the Tyrogue in the active, Froakie on the bench, and a Darkrai. Truth be told, yeah, so now we have the most optimal start with Tyrogue, 2 Tyrogues, so that we are kind of Sabrina protected, right? So here I did not put the Tyrogue down because I do want to keep my Greninja in hopes that I draw into well, into what do you call it, the rare candy, right? And plus we are losing, we're hitting into a Dark Pendant and losing cards. I still opt to attack because, you know, we are an aggressive deck. We only have the first, well, the beginning stage of the game to deal the most damage and the middle stage of the game to deal the most damage. After that, if we enter the late game, we're most likely gonna lose, really. So I think it's just better to like kind of force the situation right here, right now. And yeah, the opponent bricked. Well, I mean, because the game is going so fast. It's only the second turn, but it's like the next turn he's gonna get hit, and he's dead, right? So that's why we're kind of forcing most of the time with this deck. So here we go against an EV deck, which, you know, is great for us because Tyrogue has weakness damage, does weakness damage to the EV, and so in the first turn, this first turn, we can deal 60 damage straight up to the EV, which forces them to do 2 things, which is to have something on the bench or to evolve this EV their next turn. So they do have, that does not protect them from being taken out, so they have to evolve here still, or have a bench at least to stay in the game. So they do evolve in the Espeon, and I believe they do have an EV bag most of the time. You know, I think EV players have the EV bag, at least I play that way. So they take it out, which is fine. We go into our second Tyrogue. So at this point, our Darkrai is gonna, at this turn, it's gonna be ready to attack for the next turn, right? So we are in a comfortable spot. Plus, we do have the Froakie on the bench, so if they do Sabrina us, we are still in a good spot where we just give up the Froakie. We don't exactly need it. It's not like, yeah, if we lose the Froakie, it's not too bad, especially because we also have a second Froakie in this deck. And that's GG, opponent break. So you're gonna notice a lot of these kind of games if you do play this deck. I mean, you could say a chance, but you know, 9 games in a row, I mean, all these games you're watching, it's what it is. But I do honestly start pretty well on all games with Tyrogue, so you know, maybe it's, you know, the luck of the draw, or you know, I'm in a good variance zone right now. Okay, so here we go against Makago, which I mean, I guess it can be bad for our deck. I mean, obviously if we break, it's bad for any deck, but it's not the worst matchup. I think the worst matchups for us are generally things that heal. So if we go up against the Espeon EX deck, it gets really iffy, really. The good thing is that if we survive till Darkrai, we deal weakness damage, which essentially Darkrai does 120 to Vespion. Plus, if you have Greninja, that's, you know, a knockout, assuming no capes, obviously. So yeah. So this Makago deck is kind of strange because I've not seen anybody play Snorlax with Makago. I can understand the concept because if they do hit their bench, Snorlax has enough health to tank, plus they can Ilima it away, right? So then and at the same time it gives you a bit more, like if you just run 2 Makagos, that's 2 points, and if you lose both, you don't optimize your health or your lives, right? And I can understand it sort of. But our opponent kind of, does our opponent break? I guess our opponent didn't really break. They got Makago here pretty much. That's what I remember, and so they didn't really break, but it's just that our deck pokes really fast. So here we have a nice start. Oh yeah, at the start I just put Tyrogue out. Normally I would put Tyrogue and Darkrai, but I don't. I mean, when I say normally, I like to do that because to prevent the red card, but I mean not red card, sorry, the Sabrina, so it doesn't swap my Darkrai into the active. But yeah, I think this round I was just like, yeah, if I get Kata, I get Kata, whatever. I don't want that. I do not want my Darkrai in the active. So Makago's gonna hit here. Oh yeah, so I put the cape onto my Darkrai, so that I know that Makago, even if like somehow it hits 150 on Darkrai, at least Darkrai does not get taken out. So here Makago is going down, and I do get Greninja on my next turn with Rare Candy and Greninja short of a red card or a Mars, which is really comfortable and nice. Plus they don't have energy on either Snorlax, so that's great for us. I mean, I'm definitely expecting the opponent to have a berry. Okay, maybe not because he has 1 card in hand, but I'm still gonna, it doesn't affect us too much if he has a berry. I mean, it would suck. It would suck, don't get me wrong, but it's not like GG if he has berry. Also at this point, I'm kind of concerned about a Cyrus because actually the last turn before I put the energy on the bench Darkrai, I was kind of concerned about Cyrus because if they did Cyrus me, I'll be stuck for at least 2 turns or like 1 turn because I don't have Leaf in hand. But thankfully they didn't. We dodged that now because we have the energy on the bench, so if they do Cyrus us, the next turn we can Cyrus back out. And I know they can't Cyrus plus berry, so yeah, it's kind of, it's not too bad. So here, yeah, I did not expect the Ilima at this point, but I mean it makes sense, but yeah, I did not expect it. So anyway, we just deal damage to the Snorlax in the active. Again, rule of thumb, if you're not sure which to attack, just attack the one with the energy, attack the Pokemon with the energy. You can go wrong sometimes with that principle, but you know what, I mean, if you're not sure, just do that. So yeah, obviously the opponent does not have a berry. If not, they wouldn't be loading the energy on the bench, and yeah, that's GG. I think the opponent gave up because they didn't have Ilima. They professored that turn, they didn't have Ilima, and obviously they didn't have berry, so yeah. Oh yeah, so all these games, other than the first game, we are on Master Ball. We're just playing the entry into Master Ball range. Yeah. Okay, so EV in the active with Tyrogue in our active is awesome. We always kind of want to see that. We are going first, so we do not have energy to load onto the Darkrai here. If we did, the EV is going down, but it's not too bad because the next turn we do take EV out with the Darkrai ping. Short of the opponent retreating the EV, which kind of I don't think it makes too much sense. And either way, we do have the Cyrus if we really want to push the meta. But yeah, they don't retreat, which I guess I think it's a smarter play. But I'm not sure about putting the because I guess if they have Crobat, You know, if they can get into Crobat, that's fine because it's only 1 energy, so they can start attacking on the next turn. So over here, I take out the Eevee. I want to see what they put out, right? Whether it makes sense for me to put the cape onto the Tyrogue or not. Which I felt it does not make sense because if they evolve, Tyrogue's going down with or without the cape. And if they don't evolve, Tyrogue stays alive for the next turn and I can retreat into the second Tyrogue for free and continue attacking. So I just put the, I believe I just put the, yeah, I just put the cape on Darkrai because if you're not sure where to put the cape, yeah, Darkrai is most likely the one that needs it. But here they evolve into Crobat, so yeah, if I put the cape on Tyrogue, that would have been a wasted cape. So the silver, pretty annoying because of card count, not because I needed the Cyrus at this point. Here we go into second Tyrogue. It's still awesome. It's still awesome because our Darkrai is not really 1. Tyrogue does. Number 2, Tyrogue does weakness damage. So here I Pokecom the Darkrai out. In my head I was like, I'm going to get Greninja because the odds are 2:1, right? 66% chance, but no, I get Froakie. So okay, it is what it is. I take it. Not much you can do really. So here we would have put a threat on to the Crobat because we can deal 100 damage with Darkrai. But yeah, they have Lily. So they are back to 150, which we can't take out this turn at least. So here I'm hoping to get Greninja, which we don't. Quite annoying, but yeah. So just simple, we just attack this Crobat because essentially the next turn this Crobat can't be in the active. If not, it's GG for the opponent. So here we're looking for Cyrus. I think only Cyrus, yeah, because Sabrina's not going to cut it for us. It's times like these I wish I had double Cyrus, but yeah, I do think there's so many opportunities. I do think Sabrina plays a part in this deck. So anyway, we get Greninja, which is awesome. I could have attacked the Crobat on the bench. I was considering that because I have Guzma, so the next turn I could take out the Crobat with the Guzma, but I was kind of concerned of a Lily, and if Lily heals 60, I'm kind of screwed, right? I can't take out the Crobat the next turn. So I'm like, okay, you know what, I'm just gonna put everything on this Darkrai and then we'll figure it out from there. So at most, this Darkrai will have, what do you call that? Actually, now thinking about it, that cape should have gone on the Darkrai, but because I can Greninja ping him on the bench. But yeah, the Darkrai's heal would have been maybe 20 or 30 if they have PCL. So I would just have to kind of wait for my Cyrus at that point. And again, yeah, there's nothing they could send up at that point unless they evolve the second Crobat to come and attack. Yeah. So I mean, again, this deck kind of forces the game, forces our opponent to be in a very defensive position where we are just dealing so much early damage. Okay, so I remember that this is probably the last game, starting with Froakie, Nihiligo, and I mean my hands pretty break if you look. I have 6 cards. I'm just like, oh, no mask please, no red card. I mean, if I do, then it is what it is, right? They don't, and we get a Darkrai, so that's nice. So I just go ahead research because I mean I'm already at risk of a red card, so why not just go all the way? So I would like to put Tyrogue. Yeah, Tyrogue's awesome. The issue here is we can't. Okay, I decided to retreat. Actually, now looking back at this, I could have retreated into the Tyrogue by putting the energy onto the Greninja, but I did not want to because I want to get my Darkrai ready as fast as possible. I was thinking, so the second turn, I can use Leaf to get Greninja out, continue putting the energy on Darkrai, so I'm ready to attack on the next turn. So kind of like letting my Greninja take be the tank for now. And yeah, you can see this turn I can actually Darkrai ping and Greninja ping this Nihiligo out and start attacking the Darkrai on the back. So our opponent just quits because I mean that's a lot of very early damage. I think there was no energy on Darkrai because for some reason they put, yeah, okay, so that's the end of the games. So yeah, for some reason they put the energy on the Nihiligo, which I've never seen before in a Darkrai Nihilego deck. So I don't know, maybe I have weird opponents, but this deck has been winning me a lot of games and streaks at that. Normally at least kind of a 3 to 4 win streak, and then I lose 1 or 2. But yeah, again, I was not gonna make a video on this deck because I thought it was not strong enough, but obviously it has proven me that it's strong, way stronger than I imagined. Because if you think about it, it's kind of free 60, free no energy, more or less no energy for 60 damage per turn, right? With the Darkrai, putting the energy on Darkrai, yeah. And then you have Greninja's Shogun, which I mean that is pretty it's not consistent, because to get into Greninja is, you know, it's kind of it's not easy. But Tyrogue, yeah, I mean that you most likely gonna get Tyrogue, and that's another free energy. So all in all, a lot of chip damage. Pretty strong deck, I think. Well, really fun deck, and stronger than I predicted or I could imagine. So yeah, hope you try it, hope you have fun with it. Let me know in the comments how your games go. So yeah, I'm gonna claim I made this deck. If it was good, I made this deck. If it was bad and you kept losing games and stuff, then yeah, it was not me. It was just some random guy on the internet that made it, not me. Just not me.